Hey guys, it's Adam, aka Swimbird, and welcome back again for this week's Snapshot. This is 12W37A for Thursday, September 13th. And I'm just hanging out here fishing, and if we give it a sec, you'll see this week's first feature. Now, there's like a bunch of cool stuff this week, including a big improvement to riding pigs. So, there we go. If you heard that ding, that is experience that you get from fishing now. So that's pretty cool. But as I was saying, I have a little something special at the end involving the pig mount, so stay tuned for that. Now let's move on here to some of these other features. Now if you look, these might look a little off to you here, these food. It's because the food and a few of the other blocks, Jeb has gone through and redesigned now, like the pork and the bread, and most of these basically just had their black outline layer removed to make them more in line with the new food, like the potatoes, which the baked potato has lost its like steam there, and the carrots had a complete redesign. So this is the third redesign, or a second redesign, but third sprite for the golden carrot. The head guys, the mask things here are recentered into the item frame there. And if you noticed, there is a new food item here. This is pumpkin pie. It looks a bit like grapefruit to me, or maybe a cheese wedge. I actually went through and recolored it because I wanted to make it look a little more like pumpkin pie. This is the default one, but I'll overlay the one that I tried to recolor to make it look a little better. And I suggested that to them. Maybe they'll take it. But this is the recipe for pumpkin pie. Most people would think you would lay it like a cake, but you actually just eat it like you would in your hand there, and you just put a pumpkin, sugar, and an egg anywhere in a crafting table or whatever, and you can make it. So you could probably even make it in your little window as you're moving around. No crafting table required. But yeah, these are all the new texture redesigns. Also, really quick, I'll like overlay what they used to look like so you can get a better sense of what they look like now. The Nether star also had its outline removed. But that's just some of the item redesigns. Now the head over here, like the Steve head, this is a feature they might not implement. Right now, you put it on and you look like Steve. But Dinnerbone has been tooling around with letting these drop from players you kill rarely, and it will actually say Swimming Bird's 941's head, or whoever you kill's head, and it will have the skin texture of that person's head, which I think would be really cool. But Dinnerbone did say that they might not implement that, so who knows here? They might be having trouble doing that. So speaking of redesigns, leather armor has a major redesign here. Now, I talked about last week how they wanted to keep the brown on here, but also have two separate layers for color. And if you notice here, it's been almost completely redesigned. I'll put a set on here so you can see it better on me. Now, the pants, here we go. Oh, that's the wrong slot. The pants, you can see, have like brown at the top and knee pads. The boots, I have to fly to show you this, but they have brown underneath. And then the helmet has like a stripe on it here in the middle. The chest piece is unchanged since it's been redesigned with the little dots, for the buttons or whatever the heck they're supposed to be. But it basically makes it just look like we're playing sports now. Or like for team-based games, it'll actually look pretty good, I think. And it distinguishes it. I think they wanted to do this so that people couldn't go around and like paint or dye these the color of diamond and fool people into thinking you have diamond armor and stuff. I actually hope they go through and make the rest of the armors a little more unique. Like right now, diamond has that little notch in the corner here, which I can show you if you don't remember that. Underneath the sleeve to make it look unique. But I kind of wish they would do that with all of them. I think that would be kind of cool. But right now, this is just leather's redesign here. So love it or hate it, that's how it looks right now. So another thing that they added, one that this has been needed in the game for a long time, I feel like. Buttons, when you used to push them to open a door, it would open for such a short time and usually to have the door slam in your face. But now they've added more of a delay for when you activate redstone or anything with buttons, so you have a little more time to walk through the door. I see I even made it through, even though I kind of almost didn't there. But yeah, so that's just, it's got about the pressure plate delay time there. It almost seems like a little longer than the pressure plate, if you see that shut almost immediately. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So buttons, that's a little thing, but it is a good improvement for people who've been playing the game for a long time and been annoyed by that. Now, one thing that I forgot to do last week that I didn't even realize was show you this little bit in the Nether. Now, we learned about wither skeletons last week, but now there's a new thing that if you have a spider egg, you can spawn spiders in the Nether, obviously, if you have creative. That one's on fire. Sorry about that. But if you spawn enough spiders with this egg, eventually you will get something special here. Now, these guys are freaking out. I'm sorry about the sound if it's loud, but we want to get one of these guys. Okay, so if you have arachnophobia, I'm sorry, but it took this many spider spawns to get this guy. Now, this is the wither skeleton jockey. He's glitching out. But if you spawn enough spiders with the creative mode, spider egg, you can get this guy in here, which is really weird. It's just, I think, kind of glitched because right now the mounts don't work like they should, but also the fact that skeletons act as withers when they spawn in the Nether. So there we go. Let's get the heck out of this spider hell. Oh my god, a lot of them came through. Oh no. Anyways, let's leave that behind. So next thing on the list here is that mob aggression has been tweaked. Now I'm on hard difficulty. Now this varies with difficulty, and if I set time to night, I can show you this. Mobs will actually try to get to you a little more than they normally would. Now, hopefully this guy doesn't... There we go. Let's do game mode, survival, me, and see if they'll jump down here. They will actually take a bit of damage to get to you if they have to. It'll vary depending on the height. Now this height they seem a little weary to do it, but maybe if we lowered this a little bit, they would jump down. I've gotten them to jump down on this height before. They just seem to not be working perfectly with it. But the idea is that if the mob can't get to you because of height, they will still do that. They'll jump down and take a little damage if they have to get to you. And then, oh no, we're gonna die. Game mode, creative. There we go. Phew. Forgot about the spider army. So yeah, it's just a way that on the harder difficulties you won't be as safe because they'll jump down to get to you even if they have to take a bit of fall damage. So one last thing I'll show you here before we move on to the cool Superflat world customization as well as the pig stuff. The last thing here, I put it a bit away so that I wouldn't destroy my stuff, but the Wither has a new ability, and I'll just let it speak for itself here as I spawn him. And here he goes. Let's back up so we can see it a little better. And he's getting to full health here. As soon as he gets to full health, bam! And he's off. He does a pretty huge explosion. It seems equivalent to a couple pieces of TNT at least. And then he just kind of blasts off and goes. So now that delay while he's recharging health as soon as you spawn him, that was originally just to get you out of here, I would think. But whoa, look at this. That's glitched. You get a good look at the wither skull flying. But that delay was to get you to safety. But now you really need that delay, because if you don't move out of the way, he'll probably kill you instantly with that explosion. So I'm going to cut here, and we'll be back when we talk about the Superflat world stuff. That's pretty cool. Alright, so the first new feature on the world select screen is that you can take a map that you've already started and do recreate. So I'm going to recreate the snapshot map I just made, and it calls it by default copy. And this will just give you the exact same seed you had. It's just a fresh start on that world. Nothing you've built will carry over, but it'll do a fresh start, and it lets you change whatever mode and options you want to do, and it puts the seed in there. It's just a quicker way to start a world with the same seed as one you've already done. So that's kind of cool. And let's do a whole new world here now. We're going to try out the Superflat options. Now there's a ton of customization you can do here. He still hasn't implemented adding and editing, but we can do some presets. Now this is a normal Superflat world where the bottom is bedrock, then there's a couple layers of dirt too, and then the top layer is grass. But some of these other presets are like Tunneler's Dream, which is 230 layers of stone underneath the top layer. So there's a ton of area to dig, and then there's stuff like Water World, which is the top 90 layers are all water, which is crazy. I'll show you that in a little bit. Some of the other ones, Overworld, I think that just does some, just gives you a bit of stone. It's kind of how the Overworld is without caves. Snowy Area, just puts a little stone up there. Bottomless Pit is messed up, but it should have no bedrock underneath, so if you fall, you would just die. And then desert is another cool one with just desert stuff and sandstone. But these are just some of the presets that Dinnerbone made. You can actually use this little formula up here. It looks complicated, but this is all just what biome and what layers are using what blocks and stuff like that. So I'm just going to show you a couple of these cool ones rather than talk about it too much on this menu, and you'll get the idea. Alright, we're trying this world. It's called Run, and we just gotta run. Oh my god, this world's gonna blow up forever! So this is a layer of bedrock, a layer of TNT, a layer of gravel, and a layer of pressure plates, I think. So, yeah, it's just gonna blow up forever. Let's respawn, let's see how long we survive. Oh, not very long, I'm gonna guess. I'll probably die instantly. If it'll even let me respawn, it's so laggy. You think spawn would be safe by now, you know. There we go. So yeah, the world is blowing up around me. But spawn is okay. Look at all this gravel flying! It's blasting it everywhere. This is really cool. I'm gonna go chase the TNT. Whoa. Don't want to get too close. Oh god. Ugh. It's a war zone! Right. So this is some of the things that you can do with custom Superflat worlds. Pretty cool. Alright, back to your regularly scheduled snapshot. Whoa! Run, run, run. Jesus. Alright, so here's a look at the water world preset. Now this leaves the last few bottom layers the same, but makes the top 90 layers water. And except for a few columns here where we've got some buildings, it's pretty much all just water all the way down. Let's see if the villagers could survive. Oh, man, we already got a zombie banging on a door? How is he alive down here? Jeez. Oh, they're inside trapped. Oh, you guys aren't gonna last very long. See ya. But yeah. Oh, jeez. The villagers, it was so dark in here that they all turned into zombies already and got eaten. Well, if they want to leave, they're not going to have much fun out here. But yeah, so this is the water world, which is kind of cool. The one thing with these Superflat worlds I hope they add is the ability to add some randomization in terms of like ore and caves, because right now you can do some cool stuff, but they're not that interesting to play on when it's all, you know, the same thing over and over again, except for like villages and stuff. So hopefully we'll get some mining. I'm gonna go into this underwater well, and I'll be back. Oh no, creeper! What'd you do with all these crops? You broke them, meanie. Well, shit. Looks like the priest is faring the worst here. he's got a roommate that he'll never get rid of. Father, Father, I'm going home. I'll see you. I'll see you in the light, Father. Goodbye. Alright guys, thanks for sticking with me this far. The last few changes all have to do with the pig mount. So I got my little pig buddy here. I got my pink manly pig riding armor on, and I'm all ready to go. I don't know if pink's my color, I don't think it is. So let's just hop on the pig and talk about the new features. Now the first thing you're going to notice once my pig gets out of here is that every once in a while he's just going to take a nibble on this carrot dangling from the stick. There we go, he did it there. So your carrot on a stick now has durability, and every so often, it's doing it pretty frequently now, but typically it won't do too many times. He'll take a nibble and take a little bit of durability off. And once it breaks eventually, you'll have your fishing rod. You just have to replace the carrot. So this is just kind of the mechanics so that you can't just do it infinitely when you're not on creative mode. My pig just lagged a little bit there. Okay, so, but the other huge new feature is that if you go up to 1 high blocks, the pig will just kind of climb over it. I'm not doing anything here. And the pig just kind of does that on his own, which is pretty sweet. Last week, if you watched the pig had no way to get over blocks, so you had to build staircases and crap like that to get him to go. So this is much better, and it also means that if you go over a stream of water that's one wide, the pig will often just kind of casually walk over it. You do want to avoid water, though. Definitely use a boat if you're going to go in the water, and not a pig, because the pig will just kind of flounder in the water like he did last week if you try to do that. And the last big feature for the pig now is if you right-click, you will eat up a ton of the carrot durability, but the pig will just start dashing like crazy, and he'll keep speeding up for a bit until you get what seems like it might even be faster than sprinting speed here, and he goes pretty quick. Now I'm going to hop off of this pig here and get onto one of these. Pig will take an immediate stop, but I've got a few pig mounts set over here. I think I'm going to grab some fresh carrots on sticks for this, and we're going to do the pig obstacle course. Now hopefully this goes right. I've been having some trouble getting this to work, but let's see if I can get this pig to turn around here. Hey buddy, I might smack him in the butt. I know that's pig cruelty, but first off, we're going through the shallows, and we're already going up here. The pig is trying to escape. I'm going to just switch mounts mid-race. We went through the gates there. Now we're going into the ring of fire, and once we go over this, we're going to go along the cobblestone walls, and I got to balance between these and make sure I don't fall. And coming up at the end is the testificate stands. We're going through a minefield. I'm just going to start boosting and hope I make it through. Wish me luck, guys. There's TNT all over this minefield. Go, 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 go. And bam, we did it. Victory. And there's the light that signifies that we won. Thank you so much for watching. You have no idea how many takes that took me to get right. But leave a like if you wouldn't mind. And I am just going to, I might just ride off into the sunset with my pig and enjoy this victory. I will see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Give you a little kiss there. And goodbye.